So some of you have been asking questions, what's minerality? And I know I use the term quite frequently. Minerality is one of those things, in some ways it's like pornography. It's hard to describe it, you know it when you feel it, you know it when you see it. Many years ago, minerality was a term that was coming more and more into wine's lexicon, but the Institute of Masters of Wine was very reluctant that we use the term because it didn't have a clear definition and meant different things to different people. So what I'm going to try and do here is to tell you how I feel, what I think it is. So you'll hear me use the terms like grip. Grip comes to the wine lexicon basically from port, where grip is a combination of alcohol and the kind of tannin for which port varieties is famous. And that's grip, mainly the tannin. It's not that the tannins are not ripe, it's not that the tannins are rough, it's that the tannins hold you. There's some grip there, there's some backbone, there's some spine. So it's a sort of a tannic side of that spine, which is grip. Of course you have acidity. Acidity usually you can taste on your tongue. Acidity is mouth-watering. Acidity is what you get when you suck a lemon, for example. And I think most of us understand what acidity is. And in the context of wine, acidity is again important because it's part of the framework for the palate of wine. It's something that for a lot of people is very much in demand. It's something, for example, that I prize from high acid varieties such as Riesling, such as Chenin Blanc. I like the feel of acid, providing it's not too much. Now, when you wrap acidity and grip around each other, sometimes to say it's got good acid and grip doesn't quite define for me what I need. There is something about the soil, but we're not talking about terroir. Terroir is somewhereness. It's not a taste of soil. Terroir is somewhereness, something about a piece of land that pretty much says to you, this is kind of unique, and that comes from there. So somewhere in all of that is, for me, minerality. It's a kind of pleasant austerity that you feel in the wine, in addition to the grip and the acid. There's a pleasant, mildly earthy austerity. And that to me is minerality. If you could taste iron in the wine, which you can't, but if you could taste iron in the wine or magnesium or something like that in the wine, then you would describe it as minerally, or you would describe that taste as having minerality. For me again then, minerality is something over and above grip and acidity. It's something earthy but without the taste of earth, and it's something that for me overall adds to the complexity of the wine and reinforces its terroir. Now if you're really confused, I apologize, because me too.
It's not really like saltiness though, right?
No, saltiness we talk about. No, I mean, yes, that's sort of fills into it.
Okay.
It's a sort of maybe generically includes some saltiness, but normally when a wine specifically is salty, like some of my favorite Rieslings, you describe them as saline. Right. It is salty. Okay. We can continue to talk about minerality. When I find it, I will stop and say, this is minerality, and in this particular glass, this is what it tastes like to me.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.